Hello, welcome back to Blender Sushi Lab Loading. In this episode, I'm gonna show you the breakdown on how I created this type of abstract sculpture. And you could probably already guessed it. I'm using the mirror setup once again, but there's a few things that's a lot simpler now. And then you can definitely improve this yourself. So I'm using Blender 4.1 alpha, and we have a new volumetric mode that you can turn on here, new volume nodes under experimental. So with the new volume nodes, we have a few things, kind of like advanced feature of volume. I haven't really looked at it, but it's a lot faster as well. So let me try to break this down. Okay, first of all, without the mirror, it will be just like a random abstract shapes like this. You can actually work with this. This is actually kind of nice in itself. So the extra bevel and subdivisions, maybe I don't need this. That's just like a bonus. But if you like this type of abstraction, feel free to just recreate the setup. Then from this type of abstract sculpture, you can just export as 3D, or you can paint it, or you can reimagine this using AI, infuse what you think you have in mind, and then just project the texture or something like that, or just resculpt it yourself. But anyhow, let's take a look. So where do I start when creating something like this? I actually started with not from the very beginning. I know that I can turn a volume into mesh, and I know now we can use points to SDF volume, and this is actually quite fast. So in order to make this simple, let's get rid of bevel and subdivisions. Okay, keep it simple now for now. Okay, we get these abstract shapes. What is this exactly? So we have this offset SDF volume. Okay, it's pushing in or pushing out a volume, kind of like a liquidy volume. But what is this points made of? Okay, there's this resample curve, points to curve. I could actually just Command J this part, points. It's just a series of random points basically. So I do this quite often, just points, give it a random value positions, and do like the scaling in X and Y, X, Y, or Z, so you can scale the randomizations, the random value of the points. Originally it's just between -1 and 1, and this is just scene time to randomize the seed, so every frame is going to be different. And I tend to just mirror the shapes, so it feels nicer when it's mirror, so it's not too random. But if you like this type of randomness, that's also pretty cool. So it's basically just like random points, connect the dots, and then just turn it into a curve, and then resample it, and then add a volume to it. So okay, so I'm just doodling while holding D, and then mouse, and then left mouse button or right mouse button to erase. Okay, so it's just a bunch of points. If you have too many points, it's gonna be just a clump. So I use less points, play around with the seed, play around with the XYZ scale, and then just add offset as well, just for fun. Adding the offset of noise as usual will give you something a little bit different. Actually, you want to wiggle it. Perhaps you want to wiggle it using this W value. You can do that as well. If we get rid of this, it's gonna wiggle. So the noise will wiggle it, but you can also multiply the noise and Or the thing is with SDF volume, if it's too big, it's gonna crack. Maybe not too much. Normalize, we have normalized value now. Anyway, don't worry about that for now. Okay, let's just plug this there. Plug the frame seed into the frame into the seed. Oh yeah, okay, that's random enough. Points. Okay, and then okay, mirror bevel. Bevel just make it, you know, a little bit like mecha organic, but there's also like flat, and then you can subdivide as well. It's up to you. Sometimes you want to Voronoi it, and then you create a crack, and then it creates like a fake complexity. So points, set the position of the points to curve, set this to spline. If I turn this off, it's gonna be, the line will be more straight. Maybe that's what you want. I like the curvy lines. Resample the curve if you want to, because that connects the dots, right? If it doesn't connect the dots, it's just gonna be point scattered. Connect the dots. Points to SDF, that's new. A lot of new volume nodes here. Sign distance, I haven't tried that. I think that's also useful. Sample volume, min, filter, SDF volume. I haven't really tested this out, so don't worry about that. I just use random radius on the volume. This is the volume amount. I can increase it or decrease it. Distance, push in and out the surface of the volume. I don't know, we get interesting shapes. I always like this type of things. Adaptivity, also something you want to play around with. Too little, it's become rounded. Very alien-ish organic shapes. Adaptivity, increase it, and you get the more like human-made cut to create the shapes. And then what is this? Merge by distance. Oh yeah, I merge it by distance as well. So maybe this thing that's causing the crack. But I like to have this merge by distance just to add some more fake details. Yeah, so you can create some type of robot or totem. This doesn't have I mean, maybe there's one more things missing here, but I often make this type of creations. It's quite alien and quite organic. I mean, this type of shapes, something you can doodle and turn it into something else. It's just like scribbles, and then you just mirror it, right? So you have endless shapes. Right, so that's really simple, and you can really just recreate this from memory. You can go to any Apple stores and create this just for fun. I definitely encourage you to try to do that. It's a lot faster if you're using the latest Mac Ultra, Mac Pro, something. So this is the shapes. Okay, so pretty basic. Just scribbles, mirror. You don't have to mirror it. So this is probably what you want. It's like graffiti. If you draw in volume, draw random. From here, sometimes I just pass it into AI nowadays. You know, okay, it's random shapes. What is this? You might think, okay, this looks like something, and then you can tell AI, okay, that looks like blah, and then prompt it and see if you can get something else out of it. Oh, I'm using EV. Oh, this is a new EV. I haven't tried cycles. New EV. I haven't tried. Okay, maybe I don't do that now. Next time in the next video, because it might crash because I'm running something else in the background. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.